So hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and welcome to this video. If you are preparing for PFRDA Grade A 2025 examination, this video is going to be very important for all of you. As the economics, this is a very important component in the phase 1 paper 2 and in the phase 2 paper 2. And if you want to clear the examination, if you want to clear the phase 2, you need to have the good understanding of the economics and how to approach this component, okay? So if you are afraid that economics is a very technical component, how to approach this, then this video will provide you certain clarity that what should be the approach for economics component, what should be the strategy for the economic components, what is the important areas that you have to focus on, okay? As well as if you do not have a paid course, then I will also show you certain sources that you can focus on and that will help you in clearing the concepts of economics component, okay? So let's get started, but before that, let me tell you that EduTap has brought for you the free ebook that is going to help you a lot in your preparation, because this ebook is providing you the detailed decoded syllabus. So the syllabus is provided in the notification for the PFRDA Grade A examination, but if you want the detailed decoded syllabus where you get the subtopics for the topics, that what subtopics should you be covering in particular topics of each of the subject, as well as if you want to see that what additional topics you have to cover from where the previous year questions have come. So all of this you will be getting in this free ebook that is absolutely free of cost. You just have to click in the link that is given in the description box below and you can access this free ebook that is providing you the complete decoded syllabus, the detailed syllabus for the different subjects, okay? So this is the idea. Now let's move forward, and in the phase 1, as I have told you that in the paper 2 there is economics component, okay, and in the phase 2 also in the paper 2 there is the economics component, okay? And if you want to clear the phase 2, then you need to have the clarity that how you have to approach the economics component. So the syllabus, I hope you have already seen the syllabus for economics, and if you have got the ebook, then you have decoded syllabus for economics. So basically these are the chapters or these are the topics that you have to cover in economics, okay? Let's see the PYQ so that you have the understanding that how you have to approach the economics component and what should be the strategy for the economics component, because once you see the PYQs, then you will get better clarity that how you should be approaching this component, okay? So first of all, let's see the PYQs, previous year questions for the phase 1, okay? So here you can see that the question directly came that generally the financial and fiscal year for the government ends on 31st March. Very easy question, and it starts on 1st of April. So you can see a very factual direct question, very easy question. Another question was about the Fisher equation. So if you have the basic of the understanding of the Fisher equation, you will be able to answer this question pretty easily, very fast. Now if you know about the static of the budget, that there is the revenue receipts, there are the capital receipts, then again you will be easily able to answer this question that talks about non-tax source of revenue, okay? So here you can see that if you have the basic clarity about the topics, if you have basic clarity of the different topics of the syllabus, then you will be able to answer the questions very easily, okay? So in the most general language, an increase in MPC, if MPC is increasing, the multiplier will also increase. So you can see the Phillips curve shows inverse relationship between inflation and unemployment. As per the two-sector model, income and employment is based on the effective demand, where the aggregate demand is equal to aggregate supply. So very basic questions, direct questions. If you have the basic clarity of the topics, you will be able to answer the questions. Now this was about phase 1. What about phase 2? Phase 2 has difficult questions or what? So in the phase 2 also, if you see the questions, the question was about the law of supply. Okay, so law of demand, law of supply, they are the basic concepts from the demand and supply chapter. So law of supply says that there is positive relationship between price and supply. If price is increasing, supply will also increase. So positive relationship, okay? Next is that in the field of economics, what is the correct formula to calculate NNP from the GNP? So gross to net deduct depreciation. So again, if you have basic clarity, if you have the clarity of the basic topics, you will be able to answer this question, okay? Next is that in the ISLM model, the shift that is coming. So how the rightward shift will come in ISLM model? So basically, if you know about the shift, you will be able to answer this question. So the questions are quite direct in nature. If you have the clarity of the topics, again, you will be able to answer the questions, and it's not like that you have to go too much in depth of the topics. You just have to have the basic understanding of the concepts. Through the basic understanding of the concepts also, you will be able to answer the questions even in phase 2, okay? So again, it is generally said that too much money chasing too few goods. So this is the inflation. This is actually demand pull inflation, okay? Next is that here you can see there are different models. Now again, you do not have to go too much in depth of the models. Each of the model consists of like 15 to 20 pages, but you do not have to cover like so much in depth of the models. You need to have just the basic clarity about the models, that okay, in one line what is Kunnott model, in one line what is Bertrand model. So here directly the basic features are given, and if you know the basic feature, you will be able to answer this question. Okay, again, what is the relationship between interest rate and investment? If interest rate is increasing, investment will decrease, so there is negative relationship. Here, if the price is increasing and the unemployment is high, so this is stagflation. So the idea is that seeing the PYQs, you must have understood the basic idea that you need to have the overall coverage. You need to have the coverage of the different chapters. So the questions have been from different chapters: the demand and supply, the national income, ISLM model, inflation and Phillips curve, market structure. Okay, so the questions in the phase 2, in the phase 1, the questions are from different chapters. The questions are from the different chapters from the width of the syllabus. So the idea is that you have to cover the width of the syllabus. You have to cover all the topics, topics that have been given in the syllabus. So the strategy is that cover all the topics, but cover them in a very basic manner, that you are covering the topics in the overall manner where you are not going too much in depth. Okay, so have the coverage of the width of the syllabus. If you cover all the topics in the basic manner, you will be able to give the answer of most of the question. Okay, so strategy is that mixture of theories and concepts. So the whole economics is a mixture of theories and concepts. In the theories part, you have to cram them, because the assumptions, the theories, the classical and the Keynesian theories, they were created in 1800s, in the 1900s. So these theories are very old, so you have to cram them. You have to cram the assumptions and such. In the concepts, have the basic clarity. That's it. You do not have to go too much in depth. Will take time to understand, and it will take time for you to cover the width of the syllabus, but you do not have to go too much in depth. Just have the basic concept clarity. Focus on the formulas, because from the direct formulas also the questions have been asked, and the questions are very direct. If you know the formulas, you will be able to answer the questions directly. Multiple revisions will be required, and practice a lot of MCQs, because the questions might be simple but the options might be confusing. So the more MCQs you solve, the better it is. Now the questions are easy to moderate, that you have seen. The questions are very easy to moderate. Questions are not highly difficult, so you do not have to go too much in depth of the topics. If you have the understanding of the basics, if you have the basic clarity of the concepts, you will be able to answer most of the questions. Okay, so have the clarity, like the width of the syllabus you have to cover. So if you see the important areas, the questions have been asked from most of the topics. So from demand and supply, from market structure, national income, classical Keynesian theory, multiplier, accelerator, from demand and supply of money, ISLM model, inflation and Phillips curve. So from multiple chapters the questions have come, but the questions have come from the basic concepts. It's not like that you have to cover all the models of the market structure like Kunnott, Bertrand, Stackelberg, Chamberlain in a very in-depth manner, that you have to read 15 to 20 to 30 pages of Kunnott model to answer the question. No, the question is from very basic idea of Kunnott model. If you know the Kunnott model, the basic, if you know the Kunnott model in one line, you will be able to answer this question. Okay, so that is the idea, that you need to have the overall understanding, and you have to cover the width of the syllabus. So focus on the width of the syllabus rather than the depth of the syllabus. Okay, so if you have touched upon the topics and you have the basic clarity of the topics, that is what is required in economics. Okay, so again, you do not have to do the masters in economics right now. You have to clear the PFRDA Grade A examination. You do not have to do PhD in economics. You have to clear the PFRDA Grade A examination, and for that you have to cover the width of the syllabus. Okay, that is the idea. Now sources. If you do not have any paid course, if you have a paid course, focus on that paid course. If you do not have a paid course, then your sources should be microeconomics, or this is going to help you. Microeconomics by Anna Kortsianis. So actually a free PDF is available online. Okay, so just download it and you will get demand and supply in this book, as well as you will get market structure in this book. I have told you that Kunnott model, Bertrand model, Chamberlain, Stackelberg, and all these models, they are in Anna Kortsianis' book. They are in 30 to 40 pages and they are in detailed. But you do not have to do that much detail in the market structure. In the models, you only have to cover the basic idea of the models. Okay, so demand and supply, market structure, you will get through this book, that is Microeconomics by Anna Kortsianis, and the national income, and your classical and Keynesian theory, ISLM model. These chapters, inflation and Phillips curve, these chapters are provided in macroeconomics by H.L. Ahuja. So these can be the sources that you can follow, and I have provided these sources because these are the books that are written in a very easy to read language, so you will be able to understand the ideas. But if you have a course, just focus on that course, because if the course is prepared, then the course must be prepared from these books. Okay, so you do not have to go through these books if you have a paid course of any of this institute. But if you do not have a paid course, then you can follow these sources. But again, I am telling you that follow these sources to a limit, because even the PhD students, even the master students follow these books, but you do not have to do that, right? So now, before ending the session, let me show you that if you go to edutab.in, you can go to the courses section, and you can go to the PFRDA Grade A courses, where you can see that what all you are getting, who all will be teaching, what all you are getting in the phase 1 plus phase 2 full video course, as well as in the phase 2 full video course you are getting the concept classes, concept notes, chapter wise test, full length test, solve previous year question. You are also getting live classes that have started from 18th of July. Okay, so here if you want to prepare like for the phase 1 and phase 2, you want the material for the phase 1 and phase 2 both, then you can take the full video course for phase 1 plus phase 2. But if you want that, you only want the material for the phase 2, then you can take the phase 2 full video course, where you are getting the concept classes, notes, you are getting the chapter wise test, full length test, solve previous year question, live classes that have also started, and there is flat 72% off that is going on. The code is PFRDA, and just see that who all are teaching, what all you will be getting, and then you can make an informed decision. But I hope today's session has helped you in understanding the approach for economics, where you have to cover the width of the syllabus and you do not have to go too much in depth, because if you start swimming in economics, it will become unending for you. So just focus on the main component, just focus on the main ideas that is there in each of the chapter, and just cover the width of the syllabus. Okay, for now. So this is the idea. I hope it is very much clear to you all. If there is any confusion that you have in your mind in regards to economics component, write it down in the comment section below, and I will try to answer you all. Okay, so thank you everyone. Thank you for joining the session. See you in the next session. Thank you everyone.